I can't believe I'm sharing this. This is my biggest fail as a professional speaker. One of the first speaking gigs I ever did in my career was for a building association in New South Wales in Sydney. And I remember the first time I did the speech, I was super excited, but I was so nervous inside, and I knew that I was going to be nervous, so I wore a black shirt and black pants to hide all the sweat stains because I was sweating here, I was sweating there. I didn't even know I could sweat here and down here. I was sweating everywhere. And I did the presentation. I thought it kind of went well, but I knew deep in my soul that it was probably bad. But as I walked off stage, the CEO was already there to greet me. He had a slight nervous look on his face, which made me feel even more nervous, and then I sweat even more. And then as I went to shake his hand, he shook my hand really loosely and he said,
Vin, have you done this before?
Oh man, saying that gives me the heebie-jeebies right now. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. I didn't know how to deal with nerves. And as a result, I bombed. If I had my time back, here's 5 things I would have done to manage those nerves. Before you go into a high-stakes situation, you want to control your body. The reason why your voice is trembling is because your body is trembling. It's not that the voice is shaking, the body is shaking, which then causes the voice to shake. I mean, try to hold out your hand like this, okay? Hold your hand out like this, and just hold it there as still as you can. It's pretty still, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Now, I want you to tense your hand. Tense it really hard. And when you're tensing it, what happens to your hand? When you tense it, look, I'm trying to tense it really hard and I'm like vibrating, right? Do you notice that? When you're nervous, your body tenses up. And when it tenses up, it starts to shake. So you want to control the body. And the way you can control the body is box breathing, right? Navy SEALs do this. The military use this all the time. And box breathing is you breathe in for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you breathe out for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts. Try it. I'll talk you through it. Just try it. Don't judge it. Just try it. Just fully exhale. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you feel? It's incredible, right? It's such a powerful tool that we all have access to anytime we need it. So when you use something like box breathing, it relaxes your body. And when your body's relaxed, your voice is not going to tremble. That's the first thing you could do. That's with your body. The second thing is you want to control your mind. And in your own mind, you need to think to yourself that this high-stakes situation that I'm going into, this presentation that I'm walking into, this speech that I'm about to give for my best friend at their wedding, this job interview that I'm going into, get into a mindset of service. I'm here to serve the people that are in front of me. It's not about me. It's not about me. Because if you become really self-conscious and you keep thinking about yourself, you're going to become more nervous because you're thinking me, right? Instead of doing that, think about the audience. Focus on the audience. And by taking that self-consciousness, taking that consciousness away from the self and placing it on others, it starts to reduce the nervousness as well. So you want to control your body and you want to control your mind. There's a tactical thing you can do as well. If you are in the moment and you're noticing yourself getting really worked up and your voice is trembling, well, there's one thing you can do. You can pause, take a deep breath, and then significantly slow down your rate of speech. By slowing down your rate of speech, it calms you down. And I can tell you right now that when someone is nervous, one of the most common things they do is they speak faster because they want this to be over and done with. So they speak faster, and then as a result, and then the faster you speak, the more you're communicating to your mind that you are nervous. And this is where that spiral of doom starts to happen, because the faster you speak, the more nervous that you think you are, the more nervous you think you are, the faster you speak, and then it's just this terrible, terrible cycle. So that's a wonderful tool to be able to snap you out of that cycle in the moment. Manage your adrenaline. Adrenaline gets released when we are in those fight or flight situations. Before you go on stage and deliver, if you're starting to feel those nerves and you're going, oh my goodness, I can feel the hands trembling, it's not only because it's tense, but because your body is starting to release excessive amounts of adrenaline to get you ready for fight or flight. Now, going up and giving a speech, there's no reason to produce all that adrenaline. You don't have to fight anybody. You don't have to run away. So you want to get rid of some of that adrenaline. And the way you do that is a little bit of brisk exercise. Again, you don't do this in front of everyone, but just out in the hallway, just do 10 push-ups or even go for a 5-minute brisk walk. By doing that, you get rid of all the excess adrenaline, which therefore will help you manage the shakes. The last bonus one is understand your triggers. Understand what triggers you. And once you understand what triggers you, you then can manage it. So if you know precisely that speaking in public is a trigger, even by being able to label it and by understanding it and by knowing that makes you nervous, that's going to help already. After that then, desensitize it. So say for example, you know that speaking in front of 10 people is really nerve-wracking, right? It's like, Then the next time you're at dinner with your friends and there's only 2 or 3 people, I mean, that's public speaking, right? But to just up the ante a little bit, while you're speaking to your friends, say, hey, I want to make a toast this evening. And as you're sitting there, by you just saying, hey, I want to make a toast this evening, all of a sudden now, this changes the frame from this is just being a conversation, but I'm going to deliver a speech. And deliver a 30-second speech to your friends at dinner, 3 of them. And just go, hey, I want to make a toast this evening. I want to make a toast to great friendships. I want to make a toast to being the kind of friend that no matter what time you call me during the day, no matter what time you call me during the night, I'm going to answer, right? And just make a speech and do a 30-second speech. And then you'll start to feel that fear, trust me. And then do you know what level 2 of that is? The next time you're with some different friends, stand up and make a toast. Don't just sit, stand up and make a toast. I already know what some of you are thinking. You're like, oh, Vin, that's so weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. Stand up and say, hey, I just want to take a moment to share my appreciation for the 2 of you. You know, it's and also I'm going to call this out tonight. I'm going to be paying for dinner. So I want to say, I love you. I'm grateful for you. And here's to great friendships. Do a little toast, sit back down. I'm serious. Because all of a sudden, as you do this, you're starting to desensitize the fear of presenting, right? And then you can go to level 3 of this. And level 3 of this is when you're at work next time and you're on a Zoom call, stand on the Zoom call because it feels more like you're presenting. When you're in your team meetings and there's 4 or 5 people, stand as you deliver your part of the meeting. And again, it's only weird if you make it weird. All you have to say if you want to stand in the team meeting is, and it's your turn to talk, you go, hey everyone, do you mind if I just quickly stand? I need to stretch my legs. I've been sitting all day. Do you mind if I stand for this 5-minute presentation that I'm about to do? Thanks everyone. Stand and then deliver it. The more you do it, the more you'll desensitize that fear. And if you want to continue the learning journey and go down the rabbit hole with me, click this next video. You're going to love it.